We still have other places. If they don't wear uniform like this, they go say no God again. God, you know, if they don't wear uniform, this uniform, that the head of this unit has absconded. That the head of this unit is irresponsible. That the head of this unit is irresponsible.
Your children are at risk.
We will continue our agitation. We will continue our songs. We will continue our solidarity statements. We will continue to address the press until they come out to address us.
Nobody should engage
They don't kill innocent soul. Anyhow.
And the point is that I want us to come and gather ourselves here.
They don't wear uniform, they go nobody again.
Let me remind us why we are here. Please, nobody should engage the police. Nobody should engage the police. There is a reason I make that assertion. Because number one, we need to face why we are here. We need to get it very clearly and not be blackmailed into violence. For the purpose of record, it has never been in the character of the protesters to go violence. It has always been in the character of the police force to incite people to violence. And this is what they would consciously do against our protest. Do not engage any police. I will reiterate why I said that. It is not because I hate them, because they are also suffering. If you go and check them, probably they've not been paid salaries. And if they've been paid salaries, they are underpaid. They are hungry. Look at their uniforms. And even take a look at their shoes.
Decided to come here today in respect of the several anomalies that have been happening in our country. And I know that you have records. You see it in the press. The most recent one is the killing of a young man who respectfully, peacefully left his own home to go and watch football. Liverpool versus Tottenham. And just about 4 p.m. is not in the night. Despite the fact that we have a right to night economy and we know that. And the man, the young man, was directly shot at, deliberately, twice. This is the man's palm here. his fiancée is also here with us. This is her. And since he was shot, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police gave an excuse that the shooting was not done consciously. The family and the several witnesses that were there had come out openly to say that it was a deliberate shot and that he was killed consciously and deliberately. We have come to bring 3 demands to the force headquarters. The first demand is this: justice, not for Kolade Johnson and his family. Yes. Same justice for all those who have been killed by members of SARS and members of the police force. We remember that just about 2 weeks ago, an NURTW member who was just driving at the Kolade Road was shot in the head because of 200 naira. We also remember several other killings. We also remember that a SARS officer also killed a member of LASMA. Nigerians, before election, in the span of 3 months, we fought to end SARS. Kudu kudu! Kudu kudu! Solidarity! Forever. Solidarity!
Forever!
Last year, President Muhammadu Buhari, speaking from the mouth of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, assured Nigerians that SARS had been rehabilitated and reformed before elections. We didn't know that it is the same character that they have been exhibiting for years. More biting you and trying to blow it. And we now discovered that just very close to the election, SARS was reinstated. And not only reinstated, the killings, the murders, the arrests, the extortions have been reinstated. We also had the Commissioner of Police saying it, that dreadlocks, tattoo are not African. Please, comrades. Comrades, I want you to tell the Commissioner of Police too, as part of our position on ending SARS, that my own great-grandmother has tattoo run all over her body. What they call the original name of Africa is Nubia. Yes. And if you go to check the meaning of Nubia, there are people with plenty hair and dreadlocks. So we are saying that the federal government, nor the Nigerian police force, do not have any excuse. That is our demand. End SARS now. The third demand, which is our last demand, is of police brutality generally, and that police must be reformed. That demand is the 2 sides of a sword. Why do we say it's the 2 sides of a sword? We are first and foremost concerned about those who want to secure us. We cannot allow people whose welfare has not been taken care of to continue to secure Nigerians. We are saying, as part of our third demand, that the federal government must immediately start implementing the promise of the 100,000 minimum wage for the Nigerian police force. Not only that, that was right. Not only that, we want to also say that the barracks, all the barracks of the Nigerian police force, must be immediately rehabilitated. We don't want the reno painting that they have been doing. Pure. We want real renovations. And then a lot of other reforms must be done to the Nigerian police, so that Nigerians will not continue to be at the receiving end. These are our 3 demands.
I greet you all as young men of Nigeria. I am ACP Banks Kwapshela Gombit. I am the AC in charge of Armament, Force Headquarters Annex, Lagos. I would like to start by appreciating you for peacefully demonstrating in respect of this issue. I look at you all and I discover you are young men. There's nobody here who is older than me. And when young men are up on issues like this, I always appreciate it. Most especially the last demand that concerns me. I thank you all. Honestly speaking, there's no policeman that does not appreciate these issues you have raised. God bless you, sir. Particularly the killing of the boy you have stressed. We have seen it in the social media, we have seen it in papers and the rest of them. But I am assuring you, and I'm assuring you, the IG is aware of this issue. And if you have been following the issue, you will notice that the people concerned have been arrested. Certainly, those who did that shooting have been arrested. And I would like to dissuade your mind from this issue of deliberate shooting. I am telling you, mistake. Nobody is a master of mistake. I don't know the details of what happened, but I'm very, very sure the officers must have not woke it up from sleep to go and kill that young man for whatever reason. But what I have seen in the social media is they were trying to arrest somebody in the process. What caused shooting? Honestly, I cannot explain. But I want to assure you, your feelings is the feeling of every policeman that you are seeing here. Your feeling is the feeling of the IG. The IG is very concerned about mistakes by police officers. People who shoot, people who, brutalize Nigerians. My work as a policeman is to protect you and not to brutalize you. That is my job. So whoever does that, I want to tell you publicly that is not the intention of the IG, neither is it the intention of the Commissioner of Police in a command, or whoever is the senior officer in this building. It is never, never, never the intention of the IG. But you know, when you have children, there are some that will behave well, there are some that may not behave well. But I'm telling you, patiently wait, just as you have patiently demonstrated, peacefully, you will see what will become of this thing. The issue of ending SARS, my younger brothers, I know IG will look into this, but this building has no capacity. I cannot make a categorical statement concerning this because my strength does not reach there. But I'm very sure if I know social media will carry this thing the next 1 hour. And IG will definitely see it. He has had complaints of people, and I know he's working on it. And I want you to appreciate police for arresting those officers that did it. Because whoever must have sent them, and if anybody send them, go and kill so and so person, definitely is going to come out. It's definitely going to come out. But I want to appreciate you for peaceful demonstration. Please, 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 2 wrongs cannot make a right. And young men like you, I wouldn't like the second wrong that will lead to another problem. Please, I appreciate you for peacefully demonstrating. I know one or two of you will be policemen tomorrow. Okay. See, excuse me. Listen. Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. Hello. Please, just take one thing from me. You know, I was once saying no to police the way you are doing. I was once a student, and you expect that as a student, with what is happening student-police relationship, I won't say I will never be a policeman. But here I am today. I am a policeman, and I'm defending police right now. And I'm addressing you as a police officer. There are some among you who have high conscience. The concern you have shared here is what you will come here and you will share among the police, and something good can happen. I am telling you, one of you can be an organ of change in the Nigerian police. So I don't want you to say no. If that is from the bottom of your heart, it's okay. But I want you I want you to appreciate one thing. IG is aware of this issue, and I am telling you from the bottom of my heart, something is being done. The first thing that was done is to ensure the arrest of those who did this thing. And if you wait patiently, as you have demonstrated patiently, you will see the result. You have started seeing it by the arrest of the boys. For the family, God will give them for the fortitude to bear this loss. It's most unfortunate. But please, patiently wait for the reaction of the Inspector General of Police. Already it has started, as I told you, the arrest. That is a reaction, positive reaction from the IG. So please, be patient. We are happy to have you here, most especially that the whole thing is peaceful. If you had come with cutlasses, you know, another thing will happen. But you have come as very peaceful young Nigerians, and we appreciate that. We greatly appreciate that.
This is a peaceful march protest demanding for justice for the death of Kolade Johnson. We demand justice. This will not be business as usual for the policemen. This is not a case that after some time it will be covered under the carpet. Justice must be done. You cannot go about killing innocent youths. If SARS officials and their other units, if they feel they derive joy in shooting, in killing youths, I would rather refer them to face the Boko Haram people. Most of them, they need to undergo mental tests. Most of them, looking at them, they look like terrorists. They are rogues. How can you just shoot somebody like that? This protest is not for Kolade Johnson alone, but we are coming together as a youth. We demand justice, and this should be an end to SARS and to all other police bodies. There should be a reform. A reform must be done. And I am telling you that now, that I don't want a case where government officials or the federal government or other agencies concerned, they will just come online and condemn the case. Action must be taken. Justice must be given. And this is not a trial that will be hindered. It should be exposed to the world. The world is watching. Everybody is watching. We demand justice for this. This is not a case of Kolade Johnson alone, but we are coming together as youths in Nigeria. We are coming together to demand justice. Justice must be done. We youths cannot continue to die like this. This is becoming unbearable. I will advise, and I will advise that most of our police officials, they need to undergo training, retraining, and retraining. When you see some of them on the road, they should not be addressed as policemen. You see some of them drunk. You see some of them dressed in a terrible manner. You see some of them looking very, very unkempt. Are these the people? In fact, let me just tell you, police are not our friend. They are more or less our enemies. That's just it.
I'm here in protest, in request for judgment for the death of my brother, who was untimely killed, who died in cold-blooded in the hands of SARS. I came to, first and foremost, to thank the entire Nigerian people worldwide for their concern. And I also thank the Nigerian police for the steps they are taking. I believe they will not let us down, and they will not let the death of my brother to go unpunished. I also want to apply to the Nigerian government that these people they call themselves SARS should be taken away from the streets. Not just them, every other forces that are doing illegal job, killing innocent souls, they should be taken off the streets. Because the criminals are walking around and nothing is being done to them. They just collect few coins from them and let them go. And yet, they should just control the way they shoot. But I'm sure that is not what the Nigerian police taught them in their training ground. They were taught how to control crowd, not to come shooting anyhow. Because the bullet goes different directions and you can't predict where it goes. There are so many other ways they can dispatch crowd rather than shooting and killing innocent souls. This Kolade's case has brought it to limelight. Maybe this time the Nigerian government will see reasons with the Nigerian people and control their force men. First First and foremost, the SARS of a people must be taken out of the streets. Then everybody concerned that has gone through this same process and some other unjustly killings should be attended to. Kolade is the last child of my mother. He only had a son who is less than 4 years. Kolade is a child that everybody loves, even those that have not met him before. Just merely see him, you fall in love with him because it's a child that has the compassion of the mother and everybody he knows in mind. So please, I beg and I beg again, let all these unnecessary killings be put to stop. Let the federal government do something because we are gradually losing our young ones, whom we call the future leaders of tomorrow. By the time we allow these useless men in uniform kill them all, who will be the leaders of tomorrow? How do we protect them? Please, I'm calling on the Nigerian government. I said earlier that I thank them for their efforts so far. But that is not the end of everything. There must be justice to this so that we can all be at rest. Because if they just allow these people to just go scot-free like that, because they're saying everywhere that they will just sweep it under the carpet. But I don't want to believe it's going to be like that. I want to believe that these people will be a lesson to the other set of people that call themselves uniform men.
Since the new IG brought back SARS to the streets, they have become more brutal. They have been shooting sporadically. They are arresting people because of their looks, because of tattoos, because of dreadlocks. If you move at night, they will tell you it's a crime. If you don't have ID card, even when you are jobless, they will tell you it's a crime. When you have ID card, they don't consider it. They will just go and lock you up and they will charge you ridiculous amounts. They take bank transfers, they brutalize people, and they even killed Kolade Johnson in Onipete's Mangoro area of Lagos. And now, they told us they have arrested the 2 police. But it's a lie. They will not show us the end of those police. They will not show us those police in jail. They will not even show us those police court proceedings. All we hear is they have punished them and they might just transfer them to another state. So we want the scrap of SARS, that's the Special Anti-Robbery, Special Anti-Cult Squad, Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and all the anti-people squad that they have. Because the robbery cases is not reducing. The only thing that is increasing now is killing of innocent Nigerians. We don't know where in Nigerian constitution that says having dreadlocks, moving at night is a crime. So we are here to end SARS, and we are saying it unapologetically. We want to end SARS, and we will not rest.